Yes, of course.
That's the thing. For example, they're giving you more trouble for selling personal defense gadgets for home use, home defense, as you've said, than to people who sell machetes.
Yes, I can sell machetes. The day after they told me I couldn't sell them, because listen, they tell you that you can't sell them, but they don't show you any law. They don't bring you any written law that says, according to article such and such. No, they just tell you that you can't sell these. According to which law? Law/424/2015. Okay, but that's for the street. This is my business, and when I sell it, the buyer takes it home. No, well, according to the law, that's it, this and that.
I would understand if they took that thing away from someone who was searched on the street or who was carrying it around on the street. Exactly, someone who is carrying it here on the street.
Makes sense?
By the way, I have to say that I carried yours while I was patrolling here. I was carrying it. And the military and the police didn't say a word to me because I understood.
I understood that it's not meant to be carried outside. It's something for the home.
Here's a story. Thanks to your gadget, I delivered hot food during the flood emergency. Not sure if you saw the video. And they took me, put me in a dangerous area, and several people, I'm not going to go into details, tried to dude, it's the food. They tried something. I grabbed the flashlight, pointed it like this with the device and said, line up or I'll shoot you in the forehead. And that's it.
It's fixed now.
And they lined up and we handed out and we were able to distribute the food in a decent way. If it didn't reach,
to have that, it's not ideal, but we were in that was
an emergency situation.
It was a total situation. And
I was a paramilitary with my friends Aitor and Moran.
With my brother Pablo, that was a very serious situation and a kind of lawlessness. There was no law there.
The only law was the law of the strongest, especially at night.
And he disappeared for a week or so. That was like living in
Wild West.
Unbelievable. Well, that's the thing. If I can, the next day, when they told me I couldn't sell them anymore, I went to the civil guard station and said, well, now I'm going to sell knives. I said I could get permission to sell cutlery easily since they fall under category 5. I'm selling knives now. Since you don't want me selling non-lethal rubber pellet guns, I'll sell machetes instead. Let's hear your thoughts on machetes. I don't sell them. I don't sell them because I don't like selling them. The thing is, I show them in the video to raise awareness. Because this, yes, this kills and this doesn't kill.
And this, why?
Do you ban this but not this? Well, if you forbid something, forbid everything. But of course, if you ban machetes, you have to ban knives. If you ban knives, you have to ban pocket knives. Pocket knives, box cutters, screwdrivers, and I'm telling you, that's how it goes. They're going to take away our fists because fists, of course. If I punch you, if we start banning things like that.
If I throw a punch, the force.
If you start banning everything that can be lethal, you have to ban everything.
Right now I'm watching
this one right here, a bottle. If I hit you with a bottle, I could knock you out.
Out cold.
Chocolate, that's it, forever. Since you can't, you need to ban certain behaviors here. If I buy myself a gun,
you can't ban behaviors, you must punish them.
Well, punish actual deeds. Acts already committed. I can't find the word. If I go around with one of those guns I sold you acting like an idiot and I shoot someone just because if they catch me and fine me $12,000, maybe I won't feel like doing it again. The thing is, people who do those things usually don't have any money to pay. Okay, very well. You don't have money to pay? 6 months of community service. Comunitarios. Do you have the clown? That's it. Like someone carrying a knife, I always have a small one with me. 3 fingers. I can carry it up to 11 centimeters. It's illegal. Because, I don't know, I always need it to do something, one of those multi-tools. It's normal for me. But with that, any cop can tell me, I'm going to fine you $600.
That's just their interpretation.
Of course.
That's why you can appeal.
Well, you can appeal.
But they're already making you waste your time.
You spend 2 years appealing fines. And whether they're going to seize your stuff, and I don't know what else, all sorts of things. But it's just horrible. Facing any kind of fine like that is horrible. Because a person who has their business, their house, and their things in the bank, they ruin our lives. Usually the people they take these things away from don't care about anything. And they don't care. So, if I take a knife from you, and you're a thug, you just take it, leave, and buy another one. And that's it. Besides, they don't even carry knives, they usually carry shivs. The really bad ones, they carry the shivs. Another reason they told me they were going to ban them, besides being highly dangerous, which is also relative. If I shoot you with a .50 caliber rubber bullet, I'm going to give you a bruise. If I shoot you with a legal 6.35 caliber weapon with 24 joules a pellet rifle like one of those, I'm going to do much more damage. Those are legal. There's no problem. Another reason they told me no is that if one of these gadgets you sell, which I don't sell anymore, shows up in an operation, we would have a problem. Let's see. So you're telling me that someone who's going to do something bad is going to grab a plastic gun that's this big with a cap this big down here, which you can clearly see as a toy or not a real firearm, and they're going to go rob a bank with it? When you go anywhere in Madrid, I guess there are places in Valencia and in Barcelona too, but just like when we were together on the podcast and a guy told us, well, yes, you can buy a real one in this place or that place for this much money.
No, not some random guy. That's our dear friend Lloyd. That's one of the tough guys.
Okay, well, that guy used to be.
He was. Now he's a super nice guy.
That guy can, greetings.
I love you. Don't get mad.
At any moment, according to him, I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, yes.
Yes? Well, according to him, he can get a real one, because
He wants a real one.
he gets it. Of course, if you're going to rob a bank and they give you one and they say, hey, I have a rubber ball gun here, it looks fake. Can I buy a real one? Are you going to buy me the real one? Well, if you scare people as much as they are scared right now in their homes, and you don't give them a single damn tool to defend themselves at home, what people are going to end up doing is looking for the real one. That's what's going to happen. Let me sell the rubber ball ones. A person feels safer at home when someone breaks in. They hit them with a rubber ball round. The guy runs away and that's it. No, they cause a lot of damage, so they shouldn't break into your house. No, it's just that I hit a neighbor because I got mad at him and I hit a neighbor. Big fine, big fine, big fine, and that's it. 6 months, but it depends on the injuries you cause him.
The underlying problem is that they have taken away one of the most basic instinctive rights that not only humans have but all animals in general, which is the instinct of survival, the right to self-defense. Nowadays, what is intended, in my view, is to try to make human beings as dependent as possible on the state, even when my life is in danger. That it is not the individual himself who takes the necessary actions to preserve it, but rather that he delegates and outsources the legitimate right to self-defense to the state. So what do we have left? A weak society, a society of sheep, a society that isn't even capable of saying, listen, either I move or they kill me, or I act or I cease to exist.
It seems that's the plan, yes.
It doesn't make sense. And I've always said it, I believe in the right to bear arms. And this is controversial, I know. Why? Because David, at the end of the day, you and I know it. The bad guy has a gun, and the real bad guy has whatever weapons he wants. I mean, that's not going to be a problem. The only way to fight the bad guys with guns is, of course...
Well, yes. Look, I see carrying firearms as complicated as someone who has been using firearms since a very young age. Firearms come with a huge responsibility. They do, and you need pretty intense training, and you really have to change your mindset. I mean, when you give someone a firearm, they have to be very aware of its destructive power. So not everyone is prepared to carry a firearm. You can't just give a firearm to anyone. Like in the United States, where you go there, sign a paper, and they give it to you. No, sir. If they give it to you, you have to have a commitment, you have to have training, you have to have enough mental capacity and decisiveness to be able to carry it. It's very clear. But of course, a man calls me and says, hey, I want you to sell me one of those gadgets. Damn, I mean, between being able to choose one thing or another, the first thing the man says to you is, sir, I want something. I don't want to kill anyone. I don't want to kill anyone. I don't want to go to jail. But the thing is, I live in the countryside. When I call the civil guard, it takes 40 to 45 minutes for them to arrive. No, it's just that you can't wait 45 minutes while 4 guys are climbing over the fence around your house.
You can't. That's what happened to Casimiro.
And why did he have a firearm? Yes.
Don't do it. They might take him out.
Well, it's possible they would have killed him and his whole family. And then, of course, well then, poor guy, we have a minute of silence, we pay tribute, we put the Spanish flag over him, and that's great, all for the homeland.
But we haven't given him a chance to defend himself.
Everyone who comments on my video tells me the same thing. Look, I'd rather have people bring me cigarettes in jail than flowers at the cemetery. Totally. And everyone tells me the same thing. I say, we're all in the same boat already. I don't want to kill anyone. Everyone says the same thing. Hey, a neighbor who is 80 years old called me and told me she's afraid to go outside. She's already been mugged once and is scared. She told me, back when you could still sell them.
Sprays?
No, the lady wanted a gun. I said that's not appropriate because a gun isn't meant to be carried on the street. And where would an 80-year-old lady even take it? Besides, you need to have certain mechanical skills to use it. I said no. I said, tell the lady to get herself a defense spray and carry it in her purse like this, holding it tight, and if she has any trouble, she sprays them, and that's it.
And to keep her eyes closed, since I've seen people get hit by it themselves.
For the street, it's fine if there are just sprays. I can't sell sprays. That's another thing, because since I'm a sporting goods store, I can't sell defense sprays. They can only be sold in gun shops. It's for people 18 and over, but only in gun shops. Why can't I sell it?
What a shitty bureaucracy.
Of course, I mean, what qualifications do people at gun shops have more than I do to sell a self-defense spray? Along with recommending which one is the aerosol and which one is the gel and what each is good for, you also need to explain how to use it, warn about proper use, and mention it expires in 5 years. That's it. Why can't I sell it? Well, you know what I can sell? Some alarms, like little keychains that you pull and they light up and make noise. Now I just uploaded a new product, which I might start carrying, because it's a product that's kind of like a fire extinguisher, but it can blast out 5 million lumens and I don't know how many decibels of sound to scare people away. And that one you can actually carry around on the street. When I have that, I'll announce it on my social media, because that's the only thing they'll let you carry. Nothing that shoots anything, nothing that can hurt anyone. The sprays that are available have to be approved. I mean, it seems like this is set up so that decent people can't defend ourselves.